What up, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. I was having issues with this mic yesterday. What up, everybody? Let me know if you can hear me. Never mind. Hang on. I can hear me. Let me go mute me somewhere else. There we go. Let me know if the tunes are too loud. And Chris, I'm not sure who Chris is. We got Chris up here already. Damn it, I need a new volume control. It's staticky. What up, Nightwatcher? Tommy? Chris, you don't have your microphone on. I don't know if you did that purposely or not. Come on. Volume. What's up, Jason? Doing a quick little Dlivrd stream here. Shane asked me on UDM's live stream if he could get my referral code and for Dlivrd. And I told him it was actually Jason, Shane, and they told me to give told Jason to use my name as their referral code, which is TIM, and then last name is Morse, like the code MORSE. So if you use that, hopefully it'll get you something, or get me something. I don't really know, but I'm gonna contact Dlivrd tomorrow because I've seen some other gig tubers. I know Cars and Cribs has an actual referral code for Dlivrd, and they just told me to use my name, and I was trying to log on to their actual website, and it tells me I don't know my password, even though I log on to somewhere else in their website with my username and password. It just wasn't working. So they were supposed to send me a reset link, and damn, this thing times out a lot. I still never received it, so I'll contact them when they're there. They actually don't have the 24-hour driver support like your food apps do, and like Spark. Well, even Spark doesn't have 24-hour. Because I mean they have lives. They don't have call centers. There's no need for me to call them at midnight with any questions. But how's everybody doing? I'm just doing a little short one. I was just trying to let Shane know that because I'll probably pull a UDM in about 30 minutes after this live's over. I'm going to put it over to members only because I just said my name on here. It's not hard to find my name. If you look hard enough for my YouTube info, you'll find my name. And I'm not sure who Chris is on here. You're up here, Chris, but you don't have a microphone on. Maybe you're having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I just don't like that.
There, it's on. Still not. I wasn't hearing anything. Maybe I know I was with that podcast I did with Rideshare Rodeo yesterday, Steve. I was having all kinds of technical difficulties, and what it really ended up being at the end, after I thought I had everything set up properly, it wouldn't work. Nothing would work. Well, some things would work, some things wouldn't. If my mic wasn't working, my camera was. If my camera wasn't working, my mic was working, my mic wasn't. Then I lost sound. And I went over settings over and over. Finally, I backed out of StreamYard, went back in, and boom, everything worked. That's how I had to get it. I thought I had everything set up. Once I figured it out, I did have everything set up, and I just had to back out and come back in. That fixed it. I do have a link up there. I haven't done anything this week. This is going to be a really slow week. It was last year, and I think the year before. I don't even remember. Pretty much it. With me in my market, anytime we have a 4-day weekend party, holiday weekend, it's dead that weekend, especially on Tuesday, the day after. So I turned down some trashy orders for today. Well, not trashy. They just didn't work for me. I can't drive as far as they wanted me to for orders that paid as low as they did. I can't see the bottom of the chat. What is going on here? I see there's new comments, StreamYards. Oh, could you hear him? Is how loud is that music coming in on your guys' end? Wait, I can find that out. Well, I can't tell. Here, hang on. Let me go mess with the music here. I've got the music playing somewhere totally different. And is there a volume on that end? Say something now, Chris. Maybe that music was just too loud. No, you didn't even hear the music, Howie? Okay. Well, I just turned it off. I could hear the music. Oh, hang on. There's something in private chat over here. Oh, his mic's not working. I always miss that private chat. So if anything, you say in private chat, I it's way over on the right side of my screen. I miss it. I'm curious to see who Chris is. I don't recognize somebody on the regular chat as with just the name Chris. That maybe they have a different name on chat because you can change your name. Like my name is Gigwise on chats. I'm not Tim Gigas guy or God of Gigs. Gigwise guy. I had something in my head earlier. But no, the catering orders through Dlivrd, I do pretty good with when they send them to me. I'm gonna if they don't uh, pick up some pace on them soon and start sending me more better offers instead of these the low ones they've been sending me. I understand it's the slowest time of the year, but I still can't go out there and barely make any money off a delivery because it's not paying enough between my gas, my time, and the mileage, to get there. And a lot of times it's getting to the pickup. That's where the bulk of the mileage is on them. And if it's only like they sent me one for $20, I couldn't take that. I'd spend $20 on fuel on that one just getting there and the drop off. But I have delivered that. I turn down stuff from them every day. Well, they're more on an open board where everybody has access to it. I do know if you become a preferred driver with Dlivrd that, you start to see better offers. You'll start to see more of their partner program offers where they're not using EzCater, where there's no tip pool. You get 100% of the tip on those. And you can sometimes, in a lot of cases, you get those 2 days in advance. You can line up stuff 2 days in advance that way. It just really will suck when another company like Dlivrd may drop a bomb on you for $300. Heffernan, you're the first person I've ever seen with that last name besides Doug Heffernan and Carrie on King of Queens. And that'd probably be the only, well, I think I could pronounce that by looking at it. Yeah, it's really slow right now, but they told me that it's going to pick up mid-September and onward through the end of the year. And hopefully, what up, Bud Soda? Hopefully after the first and New Year's for catering, there's a lot of people that do holiday parties after Christmas and New Year's. They do them in January. So I'm hoping to benefit from some of that as well. Good to hear you found your wallet, Bud Soda. Where was it? I bought a new wallet actually because these gig apps they get almost everyone gives you a card. I've got a stack of cards sitting on my coffee table because there's literally no room in my wallet. I got like the George Costanza wallet, but most of it's all these damn debit cards from all these flipping apps I'm on. And I bought a new wallet that's got more slots for cards. Yes, absolutely, bud. So do you know what? I related so much when he was talking about that. Only he's been spending I guess 6 years because I heard Roy say that on his live. Oh, I thought you told somebody you did find it right at the end of that chat. Oh, well, it's okay, Chris. You're that Chris. Okay, I know exactly who you are. I'm surprised you're having mic issues. That's awesome, man. Welcome to my little live stream. Yeah, this is my YouTube channel, Chris. I'm in St. Louis, and I've not been seen much lately. If you don't know, Chris, I drive a Ford F-150 that gets 8 miles to the gallon. So 8 miles per gallon. So I've got to be so picky on what I take on some of these. And I've been blessed with some really great offers lately over the last month and a half. Not a lot of them, but I mean, it's the slow time of the year. And the offer open opportunity board, it's been 15 days since I've seen an offer on it, except a couple times around 6:30 in the morning. There's been a couple that I actually ended up seeing popping up on Deliver That, which I've still yet to ever take my first delivery for. Yeah, I actually just there's a Delivered Facebook group, and somebody asked on there. I just commented on it probably about 2 hours ago. If actually I commented on during UDM's live stream. He asked if he should just let it time out instead of accepting or declining the offers. And I know I talked to somebody who Delivered right at the beginning. What happens if if I don't catch it in time, or will it affect my acceptance rate if there is one? If I decline everything? And they said no. Well, what I told him, you have to accept or decline one way or the other. Don't let it time out because that will directly negatively affect your metrics, i.e., your acceptance rate. Yeah, decline is all. That's pretty much what I said to him, because it'll affect you negatively. Then you guys won't send anything. You keep letting everything time out. Now it happens with me once in a while, especially I got a new phone, and I think I got it fixed. The notification sounds were really soft, and if I had it in the other room, I couldn't even hear it. Damn it! That's why I should quit smoking. I think I'm going to try and do that soon, guys. Quit smoking. God help us. I'll be on a rant for a while. Yeah, I know. I like right now. I even got emails, text messages, whatever it was, to try and help out and accept some of these the lower paying ones, because that's really about all that's out there. At least that's what I see. Um, but some of them just are just too far for me to drive to pick up. And then have a 12-mile drop off after I pick it up, after driving 20 plus miles for the pickup, and it cost me literally 50-60 cents just in gas to drive, not including wear and tear, which we'll say roughly about 80 to 85 cents if you factor in wear and tear is what it cost me to drive 1 mile. So, but I can take really big offers, and I've also been pushing people, Chris, because I've had some people ask me on some of the other YouTube channels how in the world I've gotten some large offers that I've gotten, and I'm like, the only thing I know is because they have catering bags, but they haven't bought catering bags through Dlivrd. They may have gotten the 2 free ones you get after the first 10, but I know you guys know that I have 7 of your catering bags. I bought a 3-pack, and you've sent me 4, and so in a total I've got about 11. If you break it out, I got some half bags. They hold half pans, about 4 to 5 deep on half pans, which work out great a lot of times for cold items. But all in all, I probably got enough capacity for about 12 full-size catering bags, and I'm actually getting ready to order some more Dlivrd, another 3-pack, just in case the zippers aren't the best, But I mean, they're not expensive bags. You get that's the quality, really. I mean, people can't expect Mercedes on a Pinto budget. Sorry, I'm catching up with chat here. Yeah, you got to put in the time. That's what a lot of people doesn't understand. I've only done around 64 deliveries. I don't 64, 65 with Dlivrd, but they weren't all bangers or gollywompers, as I call those really big ones. I'm pushing to get to that Emerald Elite Club, but I think it's up to 147. I have to get up to it. Well, it's probably more now. In my level, when I was at 64, I needed to get up to 147. I think that's still where I'm at. Lisa up there in Syracuse has not been getting much at all on Dlivrd. They offered her one yesterday, but it was a 41-mile drive to get to the restaurant. I think it paid. I don't know what she said it paid. I'd have to go back and text messages and see. Yeah, I need the upper needle to move down a little bit so I can catch up quicker. That's where I want to take some of the smaller orders, but yesterday I had one at 24, 25, and then one at $31 and something. I was on the fence with, but I'd already kind of planned on taking today off because that would have been all I would have to. It wasn't too far, but it wasn't too close. But usually the Tuesday after a 4-day weekend, I always take off because it's just dreadfully slow unless I see a good offer coming. I saw a couple of curry offers that weren't worth it today, and Synpex, a new one I'm on. I still haven't taken a delivery with them. Was wanting me to go deliver 2 sheets of plywood for $44 or $40 for about a 7-mile drive, but I had to drive 22 miles to get 22 or 32 miles to get to the Lowe's. And I know someone else that delivers in her market 1 sheet of plywood for around $44, and I'm like, I got to do double the work for less pay. No, it wasn't, because honestly, Lisa takes about everything that she sent, unless it conflicts, because she's really been doing good on Deliver That. They've been really working with her well. She's rocking it on Deliver That up there, and she's in Syracuse, New York, and the market's just not as strong, I guess, up there yet. What do you know, Chris, about January with the catering orders? I know with most apps I deal with, it really slows down in January, starts to pick up a little bit before the summer slowdown kicks in later. So that's what I haven't done the catering stuff in January yet. I also didn't know Dlivrd. I ran into another driver on the biggest order you guys sent me. It was $387 worth of soul taco, and he drives a Chevy Cruze, and he said he's been with Dlivrd here in St. Louis for 2 years. I'm like, heck, I didn't even know they were here that long. As soon as I stumbled upon them, I think that's when UDM was still keeping it a little secret. I stumbled on it somehow because I started looking. I think I actually found it in the Google Play Store by just searching like catering apps. I just typed in catering, and I think that's where that popped up, and I looked into it. And Deliver That I'd slightly heard of before that. That's one of the things I love about catering. You get it done in the morning. Usually there's sometimes some later afternoons, like that soul taco, the biggest order I've ever done. It was at 2:30 pickup. However, that particular soul taco, they're always, it's rare that the order is ready when I get there. And it took them about maybe 50 minutes, I believe, after the pickup time. And I always show up 10 minutes early. If I don't show up 10 minutes early, or sometimes it's earlier than that, it's because of the stupid construction. Or one day I picked up my food. I'm on my way to the drop off, and I'm on the highway and ran into dead stop in the middle of the afternoon, going the opposite direction of what any rush hour should be going. And it was all due to a street sweeper. But I let the customer know, and she was actually stuck in the exact same traffic on the same highway that I was, but she took a different route. I still beat her there, and she exited off the highway and cut through a different way. Still both got there, but I still beat her. But it was a street sweeper. I told her it wasn't an accident. It wasn't construction. It was a damn street sweeper at noon. That's what all it took was the back traffic up for like 4 miles. Yeah, I try, if I have any delays, I'll let you guys know. And I also will usually, especially on my way, if I run into anything on the way, I'm always letting the customer know I'm on the way with their food. Always. That's with any app. The open opportunity board. This is where I'm stupid on the grid, or not the grid. Why is the StreamYard still? And I got my bright lights on. I've been sitting here in the dark watching UDM's live stream, and I turn on the lights for this, and I got the bright white screen from StreamYard since they don't have a dark mode yet. No, I was going to try and share it. I don't know, Chris. Maybe you can give me some insight on this. I've told some people I know that do Dlivrd. I actually pull the open opportunity board. I always call it the green board or the green screen. I do it on my computer at home because I've got AT&T fiber optic internet and it's screaming fast. And I don't know if I'd see things quicker. I would assume I would see orders quicker on my computer versus my device that's either going to be running through Wi-Fi or through the actual data of the phone. And also, I don't know if I always hit refresh. I refresh it a lot right at 8 o'clock every night. And I don't know if I should hit refresh or just sit here and wait, because some people have said they don't ever refresh. They just pop up. I don't know what's quicker. Oh, Jason, it's Tuesday. Chris, Jason, Gregory there, he's actually in Tulsa. I just I reached out to Dlivrd to see if you guys had any openings down there. And he's who you guys told me to tell him to sign up immediately and use my name as a referral. And he's waiting on something. I'm not sure what. But I was just trying to log on to the Dlivrd website. I've noticed like Cars and Cribs has a referral code. I don't have a referral code. I want to know how to get a referral code because I talk to a lot of people, more than what my subscriber count may look like. I'm on a lot of different people's lives and YouTube channels. Shouldn't have to refresh. I'm going to try it without it, but I can't stop myself from clicking that refresh because I just think it's going to pop something up. I know, like with InstaCart, I'm constantly swiping down, refreshing, and the orders will just pop up on their own, but I just keep doing it. I still have a fingerprint. I was just checking, see if I wore it shiny. That was Bud Soda. That was 100% unrehearsed. I had no idea what questions he was going to ask me or anything. We just kind of did it on the fly. I have my notebook. The main point of that we were supposed to be, I thought, was comparing gig work with service industry, restaurant, bar work. And I'd written down some notes. I touched on some of them throughout it. I tried because I'm like, I wrote these down. I'm going to get them out. But I didn't know the information he was going to be wanting on Dlivrd. I didn't know Steve just got on Dlivrd 2 days prior with 3 days now. Because I would have helped him out. I've got a buddy, Jonathan K, down in Miami. He's on a wait list too on Dlivrd. Hang on a second. I'll text him real quick. Hey, if you get a chance, get on my live stream real quick. Somebody important on here you need to see. I just hope I get something in the morning because I got no offers at 8, and I had no offers sent to me at all today, 0. And I was hoping Wednesday was going to be really busy. If not, I'm going to be out there hitting that Instacart, the Spark, whatever I can do.
So we got the CEO of Dlivrd on your little live stream here.
It is pretty awesome.
So for everyone bashing UDM, saying, "Oh, he had such a special hookup," look, he's here. He's here, guys, and we're trying to get the point across that you need to work these program levels, and I'm asking him like, hey, I hear conflicting information. Can you please confirm this? Does texting available matter? Yes. Okay. It shows you have interest and you want to work, you want to accept orders and work the app.
Oh, available. You talking about texting available?
Yep.
Oh,
so
I do
he
it.
just
I do that multiple times a day.
Yeah, he confirmed that you should do it daily. So I was unsure, to be honest.
I do it like 15 times a day.
You
I don't want somebody to get in queue ahead of me after if they do it after me. I don't want them to bump me out of the way. So I keep doing it. Yeah, holiday weekends are terrible. Usually.
So does several times a day help or once a day is all that stuff is for sufficing, Chris? Since you're in the chat, could you post that in the chat and let everyone know? I'll make a little YouTube short about it, so the useful information gets out there. And yeah, UDM is one of the ones that when you were the secret app, quote unquote, like he did put some sauce, like Tim said. That's where Tim got that idea to look it up on like Google Play Store and Google, is because that's what UDM said to find these kind of apps.
Well, I didn't even know he was doing that. Because I wasn't watching a lot of. You remember I was live streaming quite a bit back
maybe,
then.
Maybe you heard me parrot it then, because I definitely.
I don't even know.
I just a lot.
I know from my.
But he put that out there for the whole community. Is my point, and a lot of people do not understand that. They don't want to listen to that, and it's like they keep trying the same thing and thinking it's going to work, Now, do you need to recognize if
volume button's not working right now? It's all staticky, and
you're all right.
Hang on.
It might be. It's probably my mic.
No, it's mine. It's Amazon Basic equipment. Okay, I got a good volume level now. I can hear you.
Okay,
it's when I get it real low, I gotta move it back and forth to get it. It's staticky. My button it's not you.
So you might want to.
I wish I would have known Chris was coming on, or I would have spent a little more time and made a better looking thumbnail. I just threw one together in literally 3-4 minutes.
This is the after chill party. It's like the after party, so it might be appropriate.
Well,
but him being here. Thank you, dude. That means a lot. All the information you're giving us as a community, and
the interview with
we
Cars
can get it out there.
Was really good. I really liked the interview with Cars and Cribs. To sit down at the table outside. It answered some of my questions, and some of it I already knew, but there was questions I had, and pretty much almost everything got answered.
So I work for a competing service called Food Fetched, and they are also one of the partners with ParaWorks, also a competitor. So it's friendly competition, obviously, and you got a friendly competitor over there, and we're all after these deliveries, EzCater orders, and obviously we're taking them away from DoorDash. Is what my point is. It's like DoorDash is now the last option. So it's basically
that's what I want to see.
Basically, if it comes in late, if no one on these other apps wants it or takes it, or if it gets dropped for some reason and they have to last minute push it out, it goes to a large order driver on DoorDash. Versus, so there is still opportunity there for some of us, but no one should rely on just doing loppers, what the nickname is.
So
everyone should focus on all these other apps to get EzCater. Like you should be on deliver that, ParaWorks, and in my case, I found another app through ParaWorks, and there's lots of other apps out there like that. They said that we have over 200 partners that do similar to what my app does. And you want to work with these people directly. So all of a sudden, if you're in a smaller market, say a city of 40, 50,000 people like mine, all of a sudden, you're the only driver doing all the EzCaters in your area.
Well, see, down here, when I was doing Spark in the beginning, I taught people right here in my market how to do Spark the way I figured out how to do Spark. That worked really well for a while. So with the catering, I have not been dropping the delivered bomb either, kind of like UDM, because I didn't want my local market people getting in there and getting ahead of me. I wanted to get in there first. What up, Chevy?
But also,
so I just referred to any of my delivered orders as as EzCaters.
So that's what Chris was saying too, is that he also knows that as drivers we do not want oversaturation. Yeah, he needs to get his orders done too, but at the same time he doesn't want to put such a massive amount of drivers like DoorDash, Uber Eats, and all these others do.
Well, yeah, because
so that
like me, yeah. I'm gonna have to. I might try and do some Deliver That this week, because I've been holding off on Deliver That because I was getting some fairly decent orders on Delivered, but I also have to pay my bills, so I prefer to do the catering orders.
So let's say just across the river, which is still considered the greater St. Louis area, there's orders over there not getting taken, then he's going to keep adding drivers. But because nobody wants to go over there, I know you did do one over there.
Oh, I've done. There's one.
He's going to try to keep adding people over there versus, how Dashing Trader comes down to your area, and you don't want to oversaturate a little small area with people.
Oh, you're great. No, I'm happy you crashed my live stream, Chris.
Thank you. No, for real, dude. The information you're giving us is so critical.
No, there's a Monsanto plant over there in Sauget, Illinois, which is a terrible area. I mean, that's where all the strip clubs are and the 24/7 nightclubs and stuff. But it's the Monsanto plant across the street. You deliver to their guard shack. I've been there twice. I'm sure they have more orders. I think it usually pays around $60. I'm still hoping I get some offers from the Chevy dealer again that I've delivered their lunch on Saturday twice. It pays $64.50 both times, and it's not the closest for me, but it keeps me in my area where I work after I'm done with the catering orders. That's where there's also some I don't like to take because they're borderline me taking them or not, but it puts me out of my zone. And I've sat out there for 3 hours after I've dropped off an order trying to get anything. Yeah. And I just can't get anything. So now I haven't been taking too many of those. And I like the transparency on the tips, Chris, because other people have said on some YouTube channels out there that Dlivrd skims their tips. And I'm been in the service industry for 30 plus years, and I know tip percentages at a glance, and I'm like, that's 10%, that's 15%, it's exactly 20%. If they're going to be skimming it, it'd be like an 8% or a 13% or 16, 17%.
It's in fives.
Money.
Yeah. It's rounded to like an even number or about roughly 5%, increments. That's being honest. So I know that some people on that Dlivrd Facebook group you've been talking about, you're on one of the same ones as me.
You're probably I'm on 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah. I know you comment on it frequently. Someone was on there complaining, oh, that tip is all Dlivrd tried to bump it. Like they'll put it in the tip category.
They do.
It started at $15 base pay, but they'll keep bumping more money into the tip to try to get someone to take it. And they're like, oh, I won't take it just because of that. I'm like, who cares if it's paying?
Right there. That's what I'm saying. Chris just said it. Dlivrd adds tip. There's because EzCater allows people to order a big ass catering order and they don't have to tip if they don't want to. I think that should be mandatory. But if Dlivrd gets it and there's no tip, they throw money in there to get a driver to take it. There's nobody's going to take a no tip order.
So Dlivrd that's open about being a tip pool and having post payments for that reason. And Dlivrd just adds to it more other food apps kind of do, and to try to get someone to take it, but more quickly in a more valuable way. They'll do it in $5 increments, not 25, 50 cents or 30 cents, whatever.
I've never seen it go. I don't get the same offer repeatedly either, like on Curry or whatever.
Yeah. But they do similar to what Curry. That's exactly my point. They do similar to what Curry kind of does, and they go up in bigger dollar increments. They don't do.
I've seen an I've seen a really bad offer set on the green board for till the point it wasn't there anymore, and it popped up on my Deliver that app, and I'm like, I mean, it literally popped up about 9:30, 10 o'clock the night before. It was still there at 6 and 6:30 the next day, all the way up to about 8 o'clock, and then a little after 8, my Deliver that pops off with an offer, and it's that offer, and that's the only reason I got to see it because nobody wanted it on there either. I don't know. I don't remember
it worked. That's where it worked with Deliver that because they do a tip pool and the post they do the post payment and all that. So for someone just looking for something to do and keep busy, it's worth it for them on that app because it will pay them in the end. Versus you can't always get the client. The client's paying X amount of dollars and they're doing it through EzCater. They pull the tip out and the restaurant they picked is 35 miles away from the drop off and the restaurant is like 20 miles away from most of the drivers. So that's a 55-mile drive. Who wants to do that? Almost nobody. So you'd have to get an app like Deliver that to pick up the slack, and they're going to pay the driver $55 to go do it. You know,
a little off the money subject, but for actually getting the order to the customer or the restaurant, the business door, wherever you're delivering it to, I have one of those collapsible wagons. I actually prefer it over one of the flatbed carts. You can actually, I got a $10 off deal for one of those on the Dlivrd merch site. But I think it's $55 normal. I can get it for $45. But the wagon, it's a little longer, and I found one. I haven't gotten it yet, but it actually has a roll up like aluminum tabletop that goes on top of the wagon after you set it up. So I could set my one layer of my first level of bags, and then I got this table that you roll right across the top, and I can stack more on top of that. That's not that way. It's not putting so much pressure on that bottom catering bag because I can get a catering bag and a half in my wagon because that's where I
like UDM did that one with $3,100 worth of food. You know,
I haven't watched it. Well, yeah, I did one for I did that one for $3,400 that Soul Taco. And the way that Soul Taco stacks stuff in these boxes, because the boxes fit right in my catering bags, they don't think when they're packing some of this stuff up, and the rice was almost coming out of the bottom of the rest of the pans, full size pans, and but that's me working. I mean, probably everybody in there total combined experience, I probably have more years involved in it, but judging from the staff that's there in the morning, there's a couple of good people, but there are a lot of bad attitudes. They don't like doing those big orders in the morning. I can tell you that much at that Soul Taco.
So that's something I'll respect about two of the merchants I work with routinely. There's a Core Life eatery. It's similar to like Moe's or Chipotle, and it's a smaller regional. It's not a really regional chain. It's more of an East Coast regional-ish thing. And they work extremely hard on getting these EzCaters done. And then a restaurant I never really liked to go to because the old management there used to tell the wait staff to say 5 more minutes to everybody. And you and me hate that as gig workers. Like, give me an honest time. Yeah. And we just want an honest time, and we're not going to be angry about it. We just want an honest time.
Jet Pizza, you ask how long it's going to be, they say 5 minutes. That means you're going to be waiting at least 20 minutes. Jonathan K, two comments up above you. That's Chris Heffernan. That's the CEO of Dlivrd.
Make sure you give him a wrench, by the way, so no one can.
Jonathan K, Chris, he's down in Miami, and he's on the waiting list for Dlivrd. I'm getting them all.
I think he's on the waiting list for both, actually, if I remember.
Jonathan in Miami. Jonathan is on the waiting list for like everything.
But Miami is very saturated market. I mean, UDM was saying it. It's like that's why he's saying when he's going out to this DoorDash experiment, like that's why it's all like 90% bad orders that like he's receiving because there's just nothing.
There. I added it. I threw Chris a wrench, Bud Soda. I'm on StreamYards. I see everybody in one color there. So
yeah. I just thought I'd let you know. You're good.
Or when I'm driving down the road, which I don't do too many of those anymore because I'm always in or out of stores or on a catering order.
speaking of the available line, I'm going to do that right now. I know it's a little late, but still. Like, I will go to Syracuse if you guys throw me something, get those 10, and I'll just work over there for the day. Because I have all these apps, I don't mind at all. I have enough drivers. We're yet to receive an order on my new app. It's been 3 days we've been live, and I've yet to receive one.
Jonathan, I have that same issue. Try it from the app. I can log on from the app, and I can log on to the open opportunity board. But when I try and use the same logon information to sign in on the website, which is Dlivrd, dlivrd.io, it's either my name or password's wrong, and I just tried resetting the password, and it never sent me the link.
Yeah, that's where I got confused because I was trying to find it in the Dlivrd app, and I thought I had the right thing to see that opportunities board, and I had the same thing. Like, it went to a website kind of looking thing, and it said, your stuff's incorrect.
It's not in the app. The open opportunity board is only online because the coding. It maybe someday. Chris brushed on that on the Cars and Cribs interview. He answered that.
Okay. The Dlivrd opportunity board is what I Googled. And the opportunity board features on top. Yep, delivered.io, like you said.
You know what? Hang on a second. I might be able to get
the
link.
No, where do I click on here? That's all I need to know.
Hang on. Let me log on from my phone, then it'll make me log on from my computer again, so it'll take me out because I can't back out of it. I tried. Come on.
No, it's just saying here's how it works, but not the link to the actual thing. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just topics. I don't want topics. I want to go to the actual board.
It's nice having my second monitor working again.
Is Drival portal, knowledge base, under partner? I don't understand where this is. Because I'm on delivered.io.
I just posted a link where you need to go.
Oh, you put it on YouTube?
Yeah, it's in the chat.
Okay, thank you. I'll log in on my other phone.
Yeah, it's only done on the website, and I usually have it up 24/7 on my PC. But when I'm in bed, I take two phones to bed with me. Well, it's because I just got the new phone, and my old gig phone I turned into my second phone because now I've got two 5G phones. My old Discord/streaming phone was a 4G phone. And I'm still setting things up. 5-6 days later, I'm still setting things up on this new phone.
Man, it's been a long time since I had to re-sign in, so I'm going to guess it's my email. That's my username.
Well, you would have gotten an email, and you have to reset your password to your phone number. I mean, not your password, your username to your phone number on the open order board. That's where I thought there was confusion me trying to log into the website. Let me try that. I'll contact Dlivrd tomorrow to try and get a referral code, though.
First time logging in. Okay.
In the meantime, I'll just tell people to use my name, like they told me 4 or 5 days ago.
I think I got it figured out, Tim. Thank you.
Right on. Yeah, I did not know Steve was going to have... I thought he was just going to do a audio podcast, so you'll see me kicking back. I didn't know my face was actually going to be on anything. I was watching that today, and I'm like, I do not like myself on camera. I had a lot more lights lighting me up. I don't have all the lights on now. I got my two spotlights over on the side that aren't on right now. But I was not expecting that the whole thing on YouTube like that. Name does work okay. Because I never used any. I didn't have a referral code or any. I didn't know anyone that was actually doing Dlivrd when I signed up with it. Even though UDM had been doing it from what I found out, but I didn't know. So see, Chris, I used to do live streams. I was out my longest ride along live stream was 13.5 hours. And one stream. I never ended it and started it. Never paused. I just worked the whole time and live stream. I used to do stuff like that a lot when I was doing more Uber.
Man.
More of the it was mainly Uber Eats at that time.
I don't want to pass.
What's that?
That was just a password reset. I don't want a password reset. I just want.
No,
I know
you have to reset your password. That's just how it works.
Okay.
That's why I
was
said
so confused.
There's an email link they sent you that will take you right to the password reset.
Yeah, it's still not coming in. I don't understand why.
I had to change my username from my email to my phone number, and then I had to reset the password. And then I had to repress. I clicked on it somehow again. It made me reset my password again, and I think I reset it for the same password it was before. I don't know. Yeah, I used to live stream a crap ton, Chris, but it was taken away from me making money because I got more out of the food deliveries to Walmart Spark and Instacart, and I was like Instacart. I'm going in and out of the stores. And then I would take a phone with me that would slow me down in my shop. Plus the background music in the dang stores, I was getting hit with copyright claims left and right because of music I wasn't even promoting or playing on my live stream. Heck, they got me for I was at a stoplight and the car next to me had their music loud, and I got a copyright claim for I don't even know what that was that was playing, but when it showed me what I got a copyright claim from, I don't even know that artist or that song. I have no idea what that was, but I remembered on that live stream. So I was at a long stoplight and that music was jamming.
Still haven't got it.
I still do them once in a while, but when I'm in and out, constantly in and out of the car like I am now, or they're just so short. I mean, the last delivered order I did from leaving my driveway to completion was 40 minutes. I was done. And that was the only reason it took that long was it took that lady 10 to 15 minutes to get from the building she was in over to the building I had to deliver to, and she had to let me in because it was Purina, the pet food company, Nestle Purina. And my God, they've got some tight security there. You got some top secret pet food recipes or something going on here because it was gated entry. I had to buzz the guard inside to let me in the parking lot. And that was one entrance. There was 3 entrances into this and exits into this parking lot. 2 of them were chained shut. You couldn't even use those. I found the one that you could use, and I had to contact the customer to figure out how to get in there.
So, yeah, basically, it was a really good conversation we had tonight. We're having more good conversation right now, and then you had a good conversation with Roger Rodeo.
Yeah,
so we're back to higher intelligent level conversation versus
the Glitchgate shit.
Yeah, talking about Glitchgate among people who just don't want to put effort in. That's what it comes down to. They don't want to put effort in. That's what it is. That's what my point is about all that.
They want the easy way.
They don't want to put effort in doing legwork on these apps, doing some market research, and putting some time into where you can get these program levels and
Chris said and Chris said it right in Cars and Cribs interview. When you first start, they don't know you. They have no idea who you are. You got to build a relationship, build a portfolio of deliveries up with them.
Yeah,
and you get better and better.
I was on the Last Mile the other day, and one of the lessons with these apps, like Curry, let's do Last Mile. They're considered white glove service. So if you just, not to batch on Lisa, but her example was she got there and it wouldn't fit in her vehicle, so she just went ahead and on a sign like she would a DoorDash. Like
she got that. No. I hooked her up with Jesse at Curry.
She got it resolved, yes. But the point is, she went to just on a sign versus that can really damage your account. These apps do not want you doing that because you're considered a higher tier level customer service specialist as far as a driver, and the company itself is known for that. So like they don't know you yet. They're gonna send you something smaller that's easier to handle.
Right.
That $20 order they're sending you is probably like, I think my first order was like a $56 something subtotal with Dlivrd. It was a really easy order. It was super easy. I was like, dang, I've done DoorDashes that are harder than this. And, they want to level you into it's easier on you as a driver, and you progressively get bigger orders, and at the same time, they don't want you doing that $300 banger that has $3,000 of food when you're not prepared to do so. And then at the same time, they're like, we don't know you yet. And so if you do screw it up, it's like you're screwing up $50 of food, not $3,000 of food.
Right. Well, I can't believe this Crumble, or not Crumble Burger, what the hell was it called? Smash Burger place I picked up from a couple of weeks ago. They wanted to take a picture of my driver's license, and is that what they wanted me to do? I don't remember what they did.
My
they've
guess,
actually had people steal catering orders. I'm like, who the hell would do that?
That's exactly my point, though, because DoorDash, this is why they're moving away from DoorDash, because they'll get to some random bozo DoorDasher who doesn't even use his regular red bag, has no catering bags. DoorDash says, oh, we're sending our best person on it, which is supposed to be an LLP driver, but that's not always the case, especially if it's a no-tip EzCater. The restaurants don't know. I don't think the restaurants can always see what the tips are, so they don't know if it's a no-tip. They don't know if it's a no-tip or not.
They also don't know who's picking it up, what app you're actually picking it up from. So
one of the things I got comments on from all of my merchants that I've been picking up from is like, one problem I had with DoorDash, they'd always say we're sending the best guy, and it's like 1 out of 3 times I'd get someone absolutely awful. Like, they were terrible. They were 30 minutes late coming to get it, like, because that's how long I've been floating around, and because it's a no-tip order. And then when the driver comes, they have a bad attitude. They have no bags. They don't show the slightest bit of professionalism. And then the client obviously complains because the client has a direct contact with the restaurant saying, hey, where's my food? What's going on? And nobody wants to deal with that headache, and you wonder why a lot of these clients take their tips out. That's why.
Well, that's why I always.
So when you work with the more white glove service like Dlivrd or a lot of these other apps, just saying Dlivrd is an example.
If I have an order running late, if the kitchen doesn't have it ready, the restaurant doesn't have it ready, I let Dlivrd on that part be in communication with the customer. But when I do get it, I immediately let them know as soon as right before I hit the navigation button. I let them know that I'm on the way. They finally got it done or whatever, as nicely as I can say it.
A lot of times, my customers, for whatever reason, don't put their contact information in. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm actually talking to EzCater dispatch, like actual EzCater.
Oh no, I always get the customer unless there's no contact.
They are actually their dispatch is actually really, really good. Like, they are very communicative. They try to help you. So they'll try to contact the customer through the app or through the email or whatever little information they have. And sometimes all they have is a name. And the other day, that was just enough. I Googled that person or my area. Oh, he deals with dermatology, and it's going to Samaritan. So let's go to the dermatology department. So I went in and asked him, like, hey, do you know this person? Did they come in here for dermatology reasons? And like, it says he's from
you need to do some Dlivrd orders. They're pretty good with the contact information on Dlivrd so far that I've seen.
No, it's on the client, and the client's like, I deal with, so a lot of what I deal with is like pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical
if it's the rep,
they don't put in the information like they should. They don't say, hey, here's the specific office it's going to, or here's their number, here's my number. They don't want to deal with it. They just want to just blah, whatever. The Pfizer rep is pretty good. He's really cool. I've worked with him quite a few times, and I finally got to meet him in person. So,
typically with the pharmaceutical stuff, it's the rep's name, her phone number, his phone number, and the location. You got the address. But I ran into a lot of cases where they have no idea who I'm talking about. They're like, oh, that must be the rep. I'm like, yeah.
Whatever Pfizer's Botox and dermatology stuff is, one of my most frequent customers, he orders for a lot. So they must do a lot of business.
A lot of times I don't have to set anything up. Most cases I don't have to set anything up, and I kind of enjoy setting things up, especially if it's on a big order.
I try to make it.
it doesn't look that pretty because everything usually has lids on it. But I mean, I like getting everything set up. I mean, I've spent years doing
I try to
that.
make it look presentable, try to arrange it, but there's clients I'll walk into, it'll be my first time, I'll just set it in a corner on a table, like just set it all there in a pile. Like I take a picture of it and it looks like crap, but I'm like,
Yeah.
this is what the client wanted, you know?
That's how I am. If it's only, I take a picture of what I have in front of me. A lot of times I'm already in the truck and going, I go to complete the successful pickup or whatever. I'm like, I didn't take a picture. Because most times they're handing it to me a little at a time, and I don't get a good picture on the pickup. But I'll take it in the bags in the back of my truck or whatever. Sometimes if I'm really stressed for time or push for time, but you don't have to have. Maybe Chris can answer that. How important is it for a picture on the pickup? And now there was one time that I went and took my bags out to my truck. I went back in to take the picture, and the door was locked. And the inner door was locked. You could get into they were ginormous glass doors, and you could see through the glass door to the left and to the right. And but it wouldn't open. It was locked, and they were back somewhere wherever I took the food to. I called the number, and I could hear the phone at the reception desk on the other side of that giant glass door ringing. But that was apparently the only phone ringing. Nobody ever came to answer it. So all I did was took a picture of the glass door and had to go. That's all I could do.
So, yeah, I'm sure he's had some doozies, you know. But like, yeah, that's just typical of our line of work. As long as the customer gets the food and they're happy with it, that's what matters the most.
Well, I don't like chancing messing things up with my favorite app, Dlivrd. I want to make sure.
That's what my point is too. Is don't screw around because these are considered white glove services. But I mean, I'm sure we've all ran into problems, and that's also why they want to attract drivers like us because we know how to deal with it. You know, don't cancel orders just because of one little obstacle. Understand how to deal with it and work with it and be patient. And if you are taking 2 orders, you got to coordinate. Like I was saying in Steve's stream on that, I'm like, listen, I was doing it through Power Works. I was taking 2 at once, and the pickup times at the same time. The drop-off times were different. So I called the one restaurant, hey, can you have this done a little earlier? I called the other restaurant, hey, can you have this done like 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later? Just please don't have it done early because I don't want it cold. And it's going to be sitting out in the open, not in my bags yet. So that way I can coordinate it because that was my further drop off, and this one was my closer one, and it works for me.
Okay, so the first picture is not 100% needed. Okay, good to know. Because my first couple deliveries, I didn't even realize it was there. I think it was my first 2 deliveries with Dlivrd. I didn't even realize there was a picture for a spot for it.
I almost forgot about the pickup one. I do remember it does ask. And it's like no other app asks for a picture of pickup that I know of.
You out of here, Shane?
Hey. Have a good night, Shane. I saw you at UDS there, so hopefully things go better for you. You get on one of these apps, and even if, say, the only one you have access to is Power Works, you have an open board, take this stuff seriously because it could lead to more opportunity. Because they got the Power Pass there, and if, like, let's say Dlivrd is having trouble in some market and they're partnered with, I don't know if they are or not, but let's just say theoretically. I'm just using them as an example because it's the 2 that come to mind off the top of my head because that's what we're talking about. Is they're partnered with Power Works trying to get their excess out. And
I see it there.
All of a sudden, you're onboarded because you
really
proved to be a good driver.
Man. We'll be
Take care,
touch.
Chris. Thank you. Thank you for all the great information. So all of a sudden, you're on board with this app that's in your area, and now you have access to all these orders you never had before because you take it seriously. You treat it like a white glove service.
Absolutely.
You get service. You have the proper stuff. And a lot of people don't think of it that way. They just want, I just want it now. It's the instant gratification, you know.
How's that, Tommy? Is that background better for you? I'm out in space now. That's like a wormhole there. There's a
Okay.
space
It's the
right in there.
it's the instant gratification society. That's what a big
You bet, Chris.
part of our. That's what a big part of our problem is. You have a great night,
Oh,
Chris.
Chris.
Thank you for all the great information.
Chris, before you bail out, is Dlivrd ever going to get? I wear button-up short sleeve shirts. I don't like polos and t-shirts. I like bowling style shirts. I want a Dlivrd bowling style shirt. I'm going to have to get one made, I guess, because none of the companies I do any work for ever have. They either have t-shirts or polos. I hate polo shirts. I like my button-up shirts.
Polos have button ups. You mean like the full shirts button up?
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
full
okay,
shirt.
okay. I have full of like golf shirts.
I don't tuck them in. They hide my belly that way. I'm kidding.
Like I'm gonna wear them if I'm on a catering order or I've already wore one a couple times just to have it on.
One thing I like about gig work is there's no uniform, but I still kind of like having sort of a uniform, sort of kind of
Oh yeah,
of my choosing. Not
you know how I like to wear button ups and stuff like you do.
Yeah.
I got bashed for that the other day. It's like, oh, what's this guy think he's so special for? It's like you dress for the
That's
job
how I
you want.
dress. I used to wear a lot of polo type shirts.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't wear a shirt, have filthy hands. Oh, but that's how half these drivers work. Like, dude, I was standing last night, late at night, getting a pizza, and one of the dashers in there, the city driver. Oh my God, they reeked wearing a shirt, an actual DoorDash T-shirt that was filthy, in their PJs, and it smelled like they hadn't showered in over a week. Like they rank, like they've been sitting in a hot car, no AC. Ew. Like that's how the typical DoorDash driver, I'm sorry, is. Just to put branding to it. That's why, like I said, these merchants hated it when it just all went to DoorDash. I'm sure you remember me a couple times picking up catering orders. It's like, yeah, well, it was great, but most of the time I wouldn't. I'm like, well, yeah, there's no consistency to it unless because EzCater, it's not like a normal DoorDash order where the customer can go and 5-star me. So like I get preference to that order. EzCater goes to the LOP drivers, then to the people with ratings, then to whoever else is nearby the restaurant at the time.
Jonathan, back in my t-shirt phase, for that went on for like 20 years. That's why I don't really just wear the sports t-shirts anymore. I had some pretty wild ones, but I had my better t-shirts and my crappier t-shirts, then my grass cutting t-shirts. I had like 4 or 5 different levels of t-shirts as far as what they look like, what I thought they looked like.
Something I should have asked Chris was like, does base pay from EzCater vary on the size of the order? Because like they'll charge a customer a percentage based on how big the order is.
My experience, I can tell you this: on the better paying orders, the higher the base pay. But I don't think I've seen it much over $50. I'd have to go back and really research it and look.
So that's my guess is that if it's a bigger order, it'll have a bigger base pay because they charge the customer more of a service fee to take care of it.
That was something I meant to say. Ask on after you've completed the order. Before you complete the order, you have you can see the subtotal, the food subtotal. You can see a little bit more information. Then after you complete it, that same looking screen's in there, but the food subtotal and all that's gone. So, and I'd like to, use that as reference.
As far as I got to explain, I should probably just. But how the split goes is, service, Dang
Yeah,
it.
I did an
Hang
order
on.
pretty large for them as a favor. They swapped me out one day, which actually saved me I drove about a third of the miles to get it done. But the order I was going to pick up was only $116 worth of food, and was paying like $37. There was a really good tip on it for being such a low offer. The one I
So
got was $100, but it was $50 base pay, $50 tip, and it was $1,800 worth of food, which I did it all on the phone. I didn't have that. I was driving, so I didn't have time to check out all that info once they actually sent me the offer for me to accept. But they called me first, and I even texted them. I go, "That's a pretty small tip for that. That's pretty small pay for that large of an order." I mean, granted, it was better than I think I was 36 or $46. I think I was making 54 or something like that on the original order. I mean, I still made more,
as
and I
far
still
as
got it. What?
as far as the service fees from EzCater, this is how I understand it works. It gets split 4 ways. So EzCater takes their cut, the app it goes to takes their cut, the restaurant gets a cut, but the app also decides how big of a cut the driver gets. EzCater mandates at least a minimum amount goes to the driver no matter what. The minimum amount goes to the restaurant no matter what. They determine the restaurant
Okay.
cut though. So
I think
guess
I got
DoorDash
I
is
got
the
the gist
lowest,
of that.
being $8 base pay.
Let me repeat that for you because you're breaking up. So basically, what he said, the EzCater, it gets the fee gets cut 4 ways: restaurant, the platform it's being delivered to, the restaurant, and the driver. That's the 4-way cut. I did not know the restaurant got anything out of it though.
Yes, they do. Yeah, they do.
I figured it'd be a 3-way between driver, platform, and
the restaurant doesn't get a big cut of it, but they get a cut.
wait.
It's just so they have incentive to come in before hours, before they actually open or be doing prep to come in and start these orders. So, anyways, what my point was is that the app can decide to give a driver a smaller or bigger portion. So I'm guessing they have a contract with DoorDash that it's always $8, but these other apps can give whatever, I guess, but they have to give a minimal. And my app gives 12. 12 is the minimum payout. So if I have a $12 order, it's a no tip. And I did have one that I batched up the other day. I know the first one was a no tip from Go Figure. That's the one I had trouble with figuring out where it went. So I batched that up with an $18 one, but the $18 one was a tiny order. Like it was not very. It was like 2 boxes and stuff. That was it. And the other one was actually the bigger order, and it was like 4 boxes and a bag of like snacks and stuff. What my point was, I was trying to make is like they could decide to give you a bigger cut, and there's got to be a different percentage, or not a different percentage, but like they charge a bigger fee or a percentage of the total order to be able to pay out bigger base pays on these orders, like you're trying to say. Like you said, you had a $50 base pay on the big order, so that
the order itself was really big, and I'm guessing Dlivrd probably kicked that whole $50 in there. And that's where it really irritates me with EzCater is they allow some company to order $1,800 worth of food and don't require any kind of gratuity whatsoever. That just got my goat on that. That's what I was aggravated when I called the food control. Like I said, I still did the delivery.
I get where you're coming from, but here's the thing: customers like choice, and if they don't have the choice not to tip, they'll go elsewhere. Like even tipping customers will.
Well, I've
like even the ones that tip generously, if there isn't an option not to tip for whatever reason, they won't even use your platform at all. So that's why all platforms have a no tip option.
Yeah, I think it's BS.
I
been
know
to,
it's stupid
like restaurants
because
I've
we
been
come from
to.
the service industry, but I get it.
That's another reason I've eaten at restaurants and they automatically stick a gratuity in there. That's fine if they tell me that, but a long time ago when they first started doing that kind of stuff, and it was only 8% back then. That's been years, and
mandatory 8% to cover the split.
I wouldn't even notice that till I got home. I'm looking at the receipt and I'm like, well, shit, I tipped more than 8%. Even back then, I tipped more than 8%. And they wouldn't same restaurant later. I was there again with a large group of people, and that 8% was on there. I'm like, take that off. We tip better than 8%. If you leave 8%, that built-in tip on that ticket, and they did have the option to take it off, but they refused. I said, that's all you're going to get is 8%. We tip 20 to 30%, but if you keep that 8% on there, that's all you're going to get. And that server refused to take it off. And I know people that work at that restaurant, and I know it could be removed, and that person refused, so they got 8%. They weren't a good service.
Well, that's exactly it. That's why customers, like your example, saying, I like to tip more. They like options. So saying, okay, you either get this or that flat fee. People don't like that.
I actually tip though. That's the problem I have here, that they got the option not to tip. They don't tip when you get there. I've had it happen one time on one that the guy even asked if there was a tip on it, and I knew that it was the tip that was on this offer was the Dlivrd tip, that whoever ordered the food did not tip. Whoever ordered the food is not who received the food on that one. The guy, he had it folded up. I thought he gave me a 20. It was only $5, and it was like 102 degrees outside. I was sweating balls. It was fucking hot, and I had my.
I'm gonna guess Dlivrd bumped it to like 30 or whatever, probably.
No, it was. I did not make that. It was like a $30 order.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
15 and 15 or something like that.
Yep. Exactly.
And
exactly.
When you see an even round number of like 10 or 15 or $20 on a tip, or even $50, chances are it's a Dlivrd tip, because the customers, I guess there's a button where they can tip 10 or 15 or 20%. That's when you're going to have that oddball $24.72 tip or whatever. But
yeah, I noticed if it's not 10 or 20, a lot of customers just type in 10 or 20 for a flat tip if they actually type it in, versus they'll just say it's 14 and whatever change, which is like 15 or 20% of the order.
Like on here, I'll say what I really thought, but when I'm in the situation, that's the pro in me from doing this shit for so many years. I always got my game face on and just want to please the customer. Even though I want to say, no, you didn't fucking tip. There's no tip on here. And you give me $5 when it's 102 degrees outside and 104,000% humidity. Fuck you.
Here's what I say.
I say, thank you so much.
The offer was better enough me to accept, but I always welcome post tips if you choose to. I don't ask of it, but if you choose, and most of the time they're forcing money in my hand.
He asked if I could take a cash tip, and I'm like, absolutely I can. I'll never turn down a cash tip. Heck no.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: a lot of us think we're employees. So, like you said, I think you worked at Schnucks and they wouldn't let you take direct cash tips.
Well, that's changed since then. Now they can take tips out there, but back
in the beginning, I did see recently that they can now.
Yeah, they that was at that location. That's still their flagship location, concept store. They try everything new on that, but it's changed a lot since I worked there, and I was there a little over 3 years. And in all my life in the service industry, I've never been told I can't take a tip. And I mean, literally, we were exhibition chefs. We would take their order, turn around, cook their food, plate it, serve it, and then bust their area, clean it up when they're done, and then have to go ring them out. And we could never take a tip.
Walmart associates still can't take a tip, and I've heard stories from across the country where customers try to give them a tip for loading up their groceries, and like they got caught by a zealous manager who watched the cameras too close all day.
They'll fire it
and got fired on the spot.
Yeah,
pulled right in the office. They're fired on the spot.
Well,
Or
I figured out
or
that
accepting it.
that tip thing. I figured out a way around that. I mean, unfortunately, my birthday is only one day a year, but customers wanted to give me a birthday card. Well, in that
Yeah,
birthday
like you
card,
said, yeah.
there was
There's
money
money,
in there. So I started saying, "Hey, I take gift card. I take thank you
They got a thank
letters
you
or
card.
whatever on all holidays, whatever the
I'll
holiday.
take
Happy a National Pizza Day. Yeah, I'll take a thank you
So
card for you, whatever." And
I
Shane,
get
Shane,
no,
no,
I get what you mean though. It's a clever workaround. You say, "Oh, I gladly accept thank you cards," and you kind of hint, you know,
well, yeah, that I mean, I was,
and that's their hint that they can conceal money, you know.
well, even I had a coworker, Evan. He's like, "Oh, Tim, only you
It's
would
like they
figure out
say,
a
"Hey,
way."
can I tip you cash?" Like, no, but I gladly accept thank you cards.
After that, I started doing that. But this guy Evan I worked with said, "Tim, only you could figure out a way around the whole tip thing here with thank you cards." Really? I don't know. They were birthday cards. Now this was a couple months later. I'm like, no, they're thank you cards. But Chevy, to answer your question, no, I have never picked up an order from Red Lobster. I've never had one good enough for me to go pick up, whether it be catering. I've never seen a catering offer from Red Lobster, but on Uber Eats and what little DoorDash I've done, which is over 600
here-
deliveries.
Here's what I do if I was one of those people loading up your groceries at a grocery store or a Walmart. The way around not being able to tip is like, oh, hey, my Cash App is $ Bud
Yeah.
Soda. And you say
Shit.
that verbal, they can't hear you say that on the camera. It's
You know
like, what are they going to do? They Cash App
they wear those vests, those little schmucks or whatever. That little Walmart vest. Fuck, I'd have a QR code made and put right on my damn schmuck. Here, just scan that.
No. Someone did get in trouble for doing that. They taped up their Snap and not their Snap, their Cash App and their Venmo code, and they got found out.
Or you could put it on their. They wear ball caps. They could put it right here as their center spot on their ball cap. That'd be something.
Yeah,
I'd have
they frown on that.
I'd have something easily accessible.
I just verbally have something easy and watch the customer type it in their phone, and we're just helping them make sure they got everything, you know.
Jonathan, the really slow Red Lobster, the really slow part. I've heard that, and trash. That's why I've never taken them. I have seen them. But nobody wants them because I've been down in the city getting orders from Red Lobsters. It's out in the county or this other one that's even further away. And I'm like, yeah, nobody wants them because they're trash. That's why they come in to hit my phone down in the city on Uber Eats because there's no driver out near there that wants them.
My drop-off time was tight the other day when I had Red Lobster, and they were 14 minutes past pickup. Now, they did self-admit that they started 10 minutes late because they thought it started later until someone re-looked at the EzCater sheet that they printed out.
Oh, it was a catering order from Red Lobster? Yeah, I've not seen one yet.
Yeah.
Hey, if I see
it's the only one I had. They're like, we don't really even get many. I'm like, it's me, and you're always gonna get me. So please make sure you get on top of these. I'm like,
I had to,
the client, like, I had a 15-minute window to deliver it, and it was 14 minutes late out, so I was 10 minutes late to the client.
There's this place downtown. I think it's called 314 Catering. I was down there picking up an order one morning. It was paying pretty decent. I don't remember exactly, but it was decent enough for me to wait 30 minutes. And you wait. They kick you up a little extra money. I think it's like a quarter a minute after it's 15 minutes late or something like that. But when I saw they actually gave me the EzCater paperwork, they were right on time. My time to pick up was 30 minutes. I think it was 30 minutes before their pickup time that they had listed. So, but it's not always like that because I've been now trying to glance at that every chance I get, and a lot of times it's their pickup time's the same as my pickup time. But that one case,
EzCater will give me plenty of time to get to the medical offices, but like 2 of my clients are right downtown off the square, and they're a pain to get to, and it takes forever to drive through there. and those are my shortest freaking times. Like, you jerks.
I had one last week or the week before. I think it was last week when it was really damn hot. I had a good long drive to get out to where it was. It was paying. That was the smash burger order. It was paying pretty good. It was a big order. But the pickup time, literally, it said 45 minutes after I picked it up. I was 10 minutes away from the drop off, and I had 40 minutes. The lady wanted it there 40 minutes after I picked it up, and I didn't see that in the notes until I started the drop off part of it. And I'm like, I'm gonna be pretty early, but thankfully it's really hot outside, so your food won't get very cold because it's in the bed of my truck. In the camper shell in the hot box, but I guess I'll just get there and wait for you until you let me know that I can deliver.
That's where I pay extra attention, and that's also where I try to work with merchants. If I see the drop-off time is like a giant window and it's my only one of the day, and I know it's my only one, well, I'll call the restaurant before they be like a half 40 minutes out before I have to pick it up. Be like, hey, can you push this back? Like, make it 15 minutes later instead, because
I don't
the delivery time was just ridiculous.
I don't do that. I'd have to contact Dlivrd to do that. I let the companies do that. I don't contact the restaurant and give them any orders of any kind. That's not my job. I would like it to be sometimes, but
you can. So like, you're able to, because that's more in your discern. Because as the driver, you are the representation.
That one, though, I'm telling you, I got there, my typical 10 minutes early. I went in there to assess the situation, see how many bags I was going to need. They had the entire order ready. I was like, holy shit, an order that big, and they had it ready, and that's unheard of.
Now, as far as checking in, the time on your app's going to be the same, so make sure you check in at an appropriate time within a timeline, but
you don't have to
otherwise,
check in. As soon as you get close, it automatically tells you you've arrived now. There is no check-in.
I think on Dlivrd, you have to be within like 10 minutes late is basically as far as you can push it.
I've never been late. The one time I was gonna be late, actually I was late because I ran into construction traffic, but I was 8 minutes late. They were just about finished getting the food together, so technically I wasn't late, and I still showed up 3 minutes early for the drop off.
Yeah, I screwed up one badly because I got completely lost, and GPS told me to go a certain way around a roundabout, and I went the way it told me, and I didn't zoom out on the map, and I was heading in the completely wrong direction for 25 minutes, and I had no idea. And by the time I got back turned around going the right way, I was 45 minutes late. Don't ask me because I got stuck in traffic for 20 minutes after that because of the way it had me take. I was so mad at myself. And I got to the restaurant. It was in the mall. It was a pain about the fine, too. I was 45 minutes late. And they just got done the food 5 minutes before that. So I'd have been sitting there waiting 40 minutes. I could have been paid for that whole time. Because they charge the restaurant if we have to wait longer.
All right. I actually remember the turn monetization on while the live stream's still going. I always forget that.
You were getting paid for that whole time before this then, were you?
I don't know how that works.
I think you have to turn it on when you initially start it.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no option for that in StreamYards. You have to
go to YouTube, obviously.
You have to, like on if I'm on the road, I actually have to go through YouTube. I actually go through Chrome, then go through YouTube to the studio on there, because through YouTube Studio, which is a big flaw, you can't turn on monetization in YouTube Studio, the app, which is retarded.
Can you see this? So I got these. Yeah, they got them for drivers' cards, but
what is that?
A
flag or something?
Yeah, the ones that go in, you clip in your windows. I had two of the guards give me crap. One was a new soldier, and the other is just a gate guard who's always a jerk to me.
You ought to see if
he's a jerk to everyone, though.
You ought to see if you can get that wrap stuff that goes on your windows. You can see out, but you can't see in. You know what I'm talking about?
Illegal here. You can't do it here.
Oh, I would say
New York State right at the end of the Cuomo administration made that illegal.
Like on your back window, the windshield,
Nope,
back
can't.
windshield.
Can't do it your back window, can't do it any of your windows in any of the car. Like you can have darker tint in the back, but you can't have that stuff.
That's stupid.
Like a lot of guys do on their trucks.
I understand on the side windows.
It's a
There's
ticket.
a reason for that. You may not know this, but like the reflective tinting is one of the reasons that stuff's illegal. A cop walked up on a vehicle with reflective window tint, and they shot him dead through the window. The cop had no idea they had a gun right on him. That happened a long time ago. That happened before I was old enough to drive.
Yeah, but now what that creates is more hostile situations because it's a ticketable offense. So
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Well, I get it. The state of Illinois, I'm pretty sure it's legal over there. You can tint your front windshield. People do that over here too, and you can get a ticket for it. But if you've ever been driving at night with tinted windows, even just your back window, trying to see out of it to back up.
Oh, trust me, I know. Every guy
people have their windshield tinted, and that's like limo dark tint. And I worked with a girl at AutoZone like that. She said she could see fine out at night. And I'm like, you're crazy. I've had tinted windows. I know.
He only had the tint down to the DOT line, which is allowed here, for sun glare. But like his side windows were freaking dark tinted, and you could not see it. Like I had to literally, it'd be 20 below out in the winter, and I had to roll down the window to see so I could cross.
Jason bought that Nissan Sentra from me. Jason, if you're still listening, how is it looking out those windows at night? Because both the driver's and passenger door windows are that dark ass limo tint. All the back windows are. Only thing that's not tinted is the windshield.
Yeah. So.
And I know from driving it sucked. I had to roll the windows down at night to see anything. And it was still kind of cool when I bought that car. Luckily, it wasn't below freezing temperatures. I know the AC kicked ass in it.
So, anyways, what my point is I'm trying to get across to people is you need to treat, even if you're doing it on DoorDash or Grubhub, that have catering options or large order options, treat these large orders as a white glove service and just don't drop them willy-nilly, because you want to keep these clients ordering. And especially if you're on these catering apps, you gotta treat them with special TLC love and care. It's not a $4 order going 3 miles when you're bored out of your skull.
I delivered to a bitchy customer not too long ago, and it was one of those medical ones. I was delivering to the children's hospital. I had to go up in the parking garage, and where I was supposed to park, there was no parking spots. I mean, I was all the way up to the 4th level and couldn't find shit for a parking spot. Then I find out they were coming down to meet me with a cart in a certain area that I had to go to. I'd already driven by it like 6 times, and there was no parking available. It was like a drop-off part, and it was packed full. I finally got in there, and when I was leaving, I had to pay $2. I was supposed to not have to get paid, but it took more than 15. I was in there more than 15 minutes, because when I got there, the girl, I told her I was there. I was trying to find a place to park, and she finally didn't come down with the cart until I was actually in that drop-off area.
Of course.
And it was over. And it was all said and done. It was over. And she only brought 1 cart, and it was 2 carts worth of food. We got it all on there. It was not pretty, but she was bitchy with me. And I want to say, listen here, Missy Bitchy. You guys didn't even tip. This Dlivrd tipped on this. Why are you so bitchy with me? That was one of those orders, but it paid enough. I still took it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is maybe in that case the hospital or maybe the doctor paid for it, but they're that kind of person. They didn't tip.
No, it was an even amount. I don't even know how to go back and find it because I don't know the address part of it.
I guess Samaritan changed it for their catering orders. They said it used to be hospital policy that they could not include a tip on a catering order if the hospital paid for it. Now they do.
I know that's bullshit because some do, some don't. Most of those, like The ones I seen popping up on Deliver that earlier,
they claim it's because they were a nonprofit hospital. Like Samaritan here is a nonprofit, but like it's like no, that's not an excuse. I delivered to nonprofits, like outreach organizations, and they tip very, very generously. They tip 30%. It's
I don't know if they go after the people with all the tinted windows here or not. I know if you get pulled over for anything else, you're gonna get a tent ticket with it.
It's called a secondary offense.
Yeah,
that's the way it should be. But
especially if you get that front windshield. I mean, you can up in the visor area, it's legal to tint down to a certain part of the top of your windshield.
There's a little, it's an anti-arrow.
Which even that would help me with the way the sun comes in. And sometimes I do want to get my front two windows lightly tinted on my truck just to cut down on some of the sun that comes through, and on when I'm inside doing shops when it's hot out. Even if I get a cargo van, I'm probably going to do this. I don't want it dark tinted because I want to see out of it now, the heat. I want to keep the heat out a little bit because I get back out there, it's baking in there, just baking. Doesn't matter if you have your windows cracked or not.
You'd want an 80 or 85 tint then, because you can see out of them at night. One of my buddies had 70, and it's too dark.
Yeah, I got a buddy that's got a window tinting company. I'll probably go let him do it to patronize his business. He's not close to me, about 30, 40, probably about a 40-minute drive to get to where he is, but that's okay. I haven't seen him in a while. What is that? Is there a radio playing in the background I'm hearing?
You're probably hearing the bar next door. I live next to a bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I hear something that's muffled, and I don't know if I have something.
Yeah, you're hearing music. They're playing.
Okay.
So hopefully your copyright don't pick it up.
No, I can't even understand. It's really muffled.
Oh, there's stuff that I've got copyright strikes for, and I could not even understand or hear any music. Like either it was like super muffled to where I could not even pick it up, or I couldn't hear it at all. Like nothing. And I still got a copyright strike saying I copyrighted someone's music. It's like Kendrick Lamar. And like I listened to a whole video and didn't hear a dang thing.
Never listened to him. I think I vaguely know who you're talking about. I think he's like a
I know. Yeah, he's a hip hop artist. But like I didn't hear any music at all through the whole video, which is shocking because it was a spark order and there's obviously people coming in and out of those spots, customers. And it's like the one time there was actually no music playing and they said they heard someone playing it. And I'm like, I could not hear a dang thing on that video.
Well, I still remember the one copyright claim I got because it said the melody resembled that of some artist. And I'm like, and I got a copyright claim for that? Somebody's out there fishing for free money. So I deleted it.
Oh, yeah. These record companies hire people to just look for that stuff.
And I don't even, it was on
they hire outside contractors, and they get a percentage of it.
Fuckers.
Yeah, they either get a percentage or a straight up like fee for finding it.
A lot of times I just delete those videos now. I don't even mute out that part of it.
They're called copyright trolls.
Damn censor bots.
Like, if you're in a store shooting a video that you're shopping and you're talking like most of the way through it, you're not just shooting a video in a store just to shoot a video and you're completely silent. That's called fair use. You should not get a copyright.
Oh yeah, and I have. And there's certain grocery stores and Walmarts that the music's a lot louder than others. And I definitely try and remember which ones those are. And I try not to take my phone in those because I know I'm guaranteed to get a copyright claim. Shriners Hospital.
Here's my opinion. If you're at a store shooting a video and you're talking over it and there's a public performance, that's a public performance of your music playing, that's not protectable by copyright law in the court of law.
Yeah, actually, that bar should be. I don't know the laws up there in New York, but that bar should be closing in about no later than said. It should be already closed.
It's little less than 40 minutes, but they don't care here. They've went to 5 in the morning before.
Oh, you got 2 a.m. bars up there?
Yeah, these are 2 a.m. They're supposed to be, but I've heard them go till 5. This is a tourist town. The cops look the other way on that.
Ours are 130, and in the city,
This is
you can get a 3 o'clock license.
this is the most dive bar of the town that I live next to.
I like that bar.
They own this building.
I am a bigger fan of the corner tavern dive bar type saloons.
But like,
I don't
they're
like
not-
busy places anymore.
they're not directly my landlords because they signed a contract with the kid who I took the lease over from. So he's my landlord. It's a pain in my butt.
We
So
need
I'd
to
rather
get your
just-
monthly bills
'cause-
down, man. You pay way too much a month for bills.
Mostly car insurance, to be honest with you. That's a lot of my money.
That's crazy. I don't know how.
I took commercial insurance and I shouldn't have. I got confused. I got confused on like what the rate was and what like I was paying. I thought it was like for all my vehicles total. And she's like, no. I'm like, I was trying to go over the breakdown with you because it was confusing for me too. And we were both tired of it. I'm like, yeah. And I'm paying.
I get that restructured,
I'm paying
man.
I'm paying $1,600 something a month just for my car that I don't even have still.
I had a step van and I had
Here.
commercial insurance set up for a food truck business on it.
And then I'm paying for my truck and car separately, and the truck's still full coverage, so that's expensive as hell.
I paid less than that a year for a commercial insurance on a step van set up for a food truck. I think I paid under $600 for a year's worth of insurance on that.
So I got the F-150, my Cobalt, but that's about to be off my insurance.
I'd say, judging from that rear end I just saw a picture of, I just go push that down the hill somewhere and forget about it.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Is the kid don't want to pay me without a title in his hand, and it's like, you hit me, dude. In fact, it's still my car, even if you do pay me, but you don't want to wreck that. I'm like, I'm giving it to you because I want to be rid of it, but like,
Chevy,
I don't care if you get a title or not.
I know I've asked this before, but 9 p.m., my God, they really don't like people drinking in your town.
Utah? I think Utah's like that. A lot of Utah is. Either that, or you live in the deep south in like the Bible Belt.
No, I gotta ask people where they live like 50 times before it sinks into where I know where they live.
Maybe Iowa.
No,
Nebraska, somewhere like that.
I don't know anything about it. I know there's places in Iowa where they actually will give you free land to live there. I forgot how those rules work out. I was just watching a YouTube video on it a couple nights ago when I was trying to fall asleep, so I don't remember much of those.
So, anyways,
Kansas has free land. Iowa has free land. I think.
Oh, that's hilarious. I've been talking to you in here. My phone went from 99 to 97 while it's plugged in. My car charger is faster than my hard charger.
It might be your cord, man. If your cord's too thin, if it's not a heavy enough cord,
it's a heavy cord. Yeah, I don't have a fast charger plug for my wall. I just have a normal one. And my car's a fast charger.
I just bought a new Samsung Galaxy Tab, whatever, and the cord it came with wasn't long enough, so I grabbed one of my other cords, and I run YouTube all night. It couldn't keep up. My tablet went to zero. It died on me before I woke up in the morning. Now I hooked it to my other cord for my phone, and it charges it like crazy. So it's the cord. And I got 4 new cords sitting in my Amazon locker up at the grocery store right now. They just got delivered tonight. Well, I the second time I ordered them. The first 2-pack I ordered, they're the C plus on each end, and I'm like, that's damn it! I need USB on one end and the C.
The C to C ones charge the fastest though.
Well, I don't have a charger. None of the chargers come with the C. They come with the USB.
They actually they're all switching to C now.
Well, I just bought a Samsung tablet, and it did not come with that. It came with the just like I said, the USB on the charger, and then C that goes into the device.
The
phone I just bought the same exact day, same way.
This phone I'm talking to you on is a Samsung A14, like the cheap one. and it came with a Type C brick. Came with like a foot cord, 1 foot cord.
I bought
They gave you
another.
the cheapest one possible.
I bought another Motorola 5G. It's a Moto G stylus 5G 2023.
Yeah, that's why. Mine's Samsung.
Yeah, I don't.
I like Samsung phones the best.
I used to use them, but I don't use half the shit that come with them. I've got a stylus pops out of it. The Samsungs actually have more people come back with issues with Samsung's defects and whatnot than the Motorola's, according to the dealers.
Samsung is what iPhone basically is. It's based off Samsung software.
The Androids are actually ahead of iPhones as much as those iPhone loyalists out there think that.
But
Josh
that's what
B,
I'm saying.
I don't know where. I don't know if Josh.
That's
B's
what I'm
listening.
saying. iPhone is Samsung. It's Samsung based. It hasn't been not since I think the last one, which Jobs had a part of, was the iPhone 6. That was the last phone that had no Samsung parts in it.
Josh calls the Android the broke people phone. I'm like, I'm not broke. I don't like Apples. I don't like the way they function. I like the functionality of Android devices over. And I had an iPad. I just retired it like 5 days ago.
My sister had a 6 forever, and it finally died. And she went and got a 10, and she absolutely hated it. She ended up selling it to a friend and went and got Android.
I like the Android better. I've never had an iPhone, but I've had that iPad, and I did not like the way it worked.
Well, because David's always had, her husband, he has always had Androids, but she had an iPhone 6 forever. And she likes his phone for a Samsung. But I think he has an S8 Plus. Like, he's had it for a long time.
Oh,
but her iPhone 6 finally died, and they bought an iPhone 10 for Black Friday. And she said she used it for 2 weeks and absolutely hated the thing. And they went and got, they sold that, and she went and picked up an 8 Plus as well. She found used for cheap, and now she uses that. So they both have a S8 Plus.
Chevy's in New York as well. That's right. I was at a bar one night, my old neighborhood. After I left the bar I was working at, and this girl I know, I won't use her name, had just passed her bar exam. She was actually a waitress at another bar in the neighborhood, and wanted me to take a picture of her boobs. So she was drinking and getting happy, and pulled her tatas out. Well, she had an iPhone. I couldn't figure out how to take a picture, so I had to use my phone and send her the pictures. I still have those pictures, by the way, somewhere.
Wait, Chevy. You're in Camden, aren't you? You got to be in Camden. That's the only place I can think of that's like that.
Motorola phones are durable, man. The best luck I had with a Samsung was the Galaxy S5 Edge, and it wasn't I got another Edge after that, but the Edge on that model meant it was more durable. I never had I used the shit out of that phone for a couple of years and never had a case on it. And I would take that and just toss it across the room. I'd skip it off a tile floor, and all I did was chip the fake chrome finish off the edges a little bit. I'd drop it in a sink of water. I abused the shit out of that phone because I had good insurance on it too. But I beat the fuck out of that phone, and it was the most durable phone I've ever owned in my life because there was no case. I mean, these Samsungs are these Motorola's I knock off my tailgate all the time, and I gotta have a case. That's why it took me 3 days to get my case, and I didn't want to take this out of my house because I don't get insurance on these Motorola's because I only paid $130 for the phone. And it's a 2023 model with 128 gigs of memory. You can't touch that price with a good Galaxy Samsung phone or an iPhone. Shit, an iPhone 11. I think you can get that for like $479 still brand new. And what are they on? 13 or 14? I don't even know what level they're on. I almost bought an iPhone specifically for doing. I'm glad I didn't, just for Spark, because even the Apple users now are having issues with Spark in my market. I thought that would eliminate some issues I was having. I was that close, but I couldn't do it. Plus, with more of the apps that I'm gearing myself towards, I don't have to worry about that data connection speed as much, because they'll send an order directly to you and only you, and you have that option. Now, Deliver that is it's like a open opportunity board. When they pop up on there, you gotta snatch them fast, and then unassign them if you don't like them. We have a Camden. Oh no, it's Camden 10, Missouri. It's down by Lake of the Ozarks. Rome sounds cooler than Camden. I'd go with Rome. I even like Sublime with Rome. I think we lost Bud Soda. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just exhausted.
I know.
I'm exhausted.
Music. Well, yeah, you probably worked 29 hours today.
No, I didn't. I lost my wallet. Like, I dropped that last order off around 9:30. Started heading back toward Drum, or 8:30, I should say, and then I had to run all the way back out and retrack every step I took on the way to it. And I stopped at every stop, couldn't find it nowhere, and no one turned it into the 2 barracks I stopped to. So
hopefully somebody turns it in and all your shit's still in it.
I'll stop the MP shop tomorrow just in case because of that reason. And then I'm gonna go out and look at the car in the daylight. And
I was just gonna say, check in between your seat.
Oh, I did. I tore right through it tonight. But last time I lost my wallet, I wasn't out working. It was the next freaking morning. I went and looked, and it was in a goddamn really easy, obvious spot. And I tore the heck out of it. It's like, oh, I was so frustrated. But all right,
I'm surprised Jonathan didn't jump up on the panel.
Considering you just caught me snoozing, I'm probably gonna head out here in a minute.
Get some rest.
Yeah, I did work. I worked 18 and a half hours and 20 and a half hours the day before that.
I didn't even work today or yesterday. Barely worked on Sunday. I didn't get an order on Sunday. I came home. Their offers were that shitty. I said to hell with it. I'm going back home.
You got to work on getting Diamond again, I guess. Or is there an acceptance rate to it in your market?
On which one?
Uber Eats.
Oh, I didn't even turn Uber Eats on. Uber Eats is still going to be shitty for another couple of weeks. I let the people that don't do the other apps like I do have the good Uber Eats orders in the summer. I've hardly done any food apps. Last month and a half, I think I've done one Uber Eats order. I accepted it for $10.31 and it paid $12.43. I know the numbers of it. I remember numbers. Good at numbers.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. That's just basically what I was trying to get across. Is like, you got to work these program levels, whatever you got to do. You got to put some time in. So, wait, you're on the program level Dlivrd now, aren't you?
Oh, I'm at 60. I'm at least at 60. I think I'm right at 64 deliveries.
What did you need to get the other access to be preferred?
147.
Oof, you're far away still.
Well, when they first mentioned it, I was at 50 deliveries, and it was 142. I had to get up to get in the top 10%. And so, luckily, I'm gaining on it quicker than it's rising, because I know that upper number is going to keep going up a little bit, but I'm gaining on it quicker than it's going up. So that's plus. Well, that was I didn't do many deliveries this past week with them. I did three deliveries. Yeah, three deliveries with Dlivrd, and I should be doing at least one a day. Well, at least 5 days a week, one a day. At least one a day. but I prefer to do 2 or 3 days. 3's been the most I've done in one day on Dlivrd. And that doesn't happen often because a lot of them are in the morning right around the same pickup time. They conflict with each other. It's hard. It's really hard to stack them together because they don't have, you can't. They don't allow it.
So,
like what is it, DoorDash, or I think Deliver That will actually stack you, will let you stack 2 together at the same time, especially from the same restaurant.
yeah, they'll what they'll do is like give you some kind of warning the next morning, and it's your job to resolve it. Like you have to message them what action you're taking or why you did it. Like let's say the 2 drop-off times are different, like one's very close and one's further away, saying, oh, I can do these in the same amount of time, and that drop-off time on the second one's so far out that I'm still going to be early.
Well, rideshare at least is in that preferred program, for preferred drivers, and they'll send them to her 2 days in advance, and they send her 2 for pretty much the same time, coming from the same restaurant, and that's what they had her do. They had her pick them both up. That was on them. That was her. They're doing it. She didn't stack them together like that. They offered her. It wasn't, say, a double. They came in as separate offers, I think, if I understood it right. But I'm like, wow, they're letting you stack deliveries. That's catering orders. That really shocked me.
Yeah, that's what I was basically trying to get at when I was on Steve's channel there. Like, yeah, you can stack these catering orders up if you just do it the right way.
I let the companies take care of that. I'm not going to take one from 2 different companies, a different order from 2 different companies at the same time, because there's too much risk involved if one of them gets pissed off at you. I mean, because of the money that you can make or not make. That's more what I'm trying to get is I don't want one of them to basically deactivate me because of that, when that's a lot of money. It's not like DoorDash money.
No, I'm saying, well, okay, I'm going to try to put this another way. So let's say they're the same exact restaurant, because I've done this. They're both Core Life Eatery in my case. And one drop-off to the actual hospital, which is closer, and the next one is 3 miles further down the street, which isn't too far, to the medical complex, but the drop-off times that they have listed are half-hour apart. You have more than plenty of time to get them. But the
something
pickup
like that.
time,
if you can get both orders at the same time, that's doable.
But the pickup times initially said one said 11, one said 11:15, but you call the restaurant and say, "Hey, I have both. Just make them both for 11." Get my point?
The only problems I have is the pickups. If everything was always ready at the time that things are supposed to be ready, then I'd have no problem doing something like that.
So when
a lot of cases that the food's not ready.
You start being more frequent at these restaurants, they kind of leave it up to us as contractors if we have better relationships with these restaurants that, we like these drivers because they're always here and they're always good to us. They're not jerks to us just because we might be running a little behind one day.
Well, that's the thing here.
That's where they're going to work. That's where they're going to work with you.
In this market, there's a lot more drivers, a lot more restaurants, and there's been some I've only been to the restaurant one time, one time.
But if it's a restaurant, okay, but say it's a restaurant you frequent, and they know you and they like you, and you could call that you saw 2 orders pop up for the same restaurant, and it's someone you know. Oh, I can talk to Jack or Jill, whoever the manager is, and you could work with them saying, "Hey, I have both these EzCaters. Can you please do this for me?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, no problem."
I'd say one of the 2 restaurants I've been to the most is Chevy's and Soul Taco. A certain one of the Chevy's and one of the Soul Tacos. They'll never remember me at the Soul Taco place, even though, well, they did remember me the last time I went there because I just was there a week before picking up a $3,400 order. They remember that order. They may not remember me, but they remember that order.
Yeah, they're gonna remember the order.
and that Red Robin. Oh, and a Red Robin I go to. I picked up a couple pretty large orders from that Red Robin.
I'm not talking about the extraordinary where it's $3,000 of food, maybe $340 of food.
That's why I'm like, I want to watch. I need to watch UDM's video because that video. I mean that drop off. I delivered to Cash App actually, and they're like up on the 5th floor or something like that. And I delivered to a dude with a cart who originally came down with no cart. I'm like, man, you got like some carts or anything? No. I'm like, dude, I got $3,400 worth of food. What are you going to carry it up one bag at a time? You're going to need a cart or 5. It took them 5 trips. 5 trips to order up there. Because the cart was pretty decent size. It had the top shelf and the bottom shelf, but it was a big cart, so you could almost double stack the stuff on the bottom. But then they were pretty heavy. So you didn't really want to do that. But yeah, it took him 5 trips to get it all up there. And I was already gone when he came down to get the last of it. Because I'm like, no need for me to be here. So I just bailed. I just got out of there. I didn't have to set anything up. There was food for 150 people. There was one on Dlivrd this morning from this Rio Italian something. And that was one of my first bigger order on Dlivrd was from the same Rio Italian Bistro, something like that. And it paid, what did that pay? It was a good amount. It wasn't anything like the $300 galley whoppers I've gotten a couple 3 of, but it was over $100, and it was like not much food at all.
You clearly have the gift of gab like me, and you've worked retail and food service like me, so use that to your advantage because you can speak their language and start working with these restaurants to where Dlivrd that and Dlivrd basically work in partnership with each other. Like you're just banging these catering orders out. Now, if you got a $3,400 pre-schedule, yeah, leave that by itself. But if you got $200, $300 orders, you can probably stack those up.
As long as they're back to back.
So yeah, that's what my point. Like, if it's 2 different restaurants,
$300 orders. I was thinking $3,000 orders.
It's like one, slow, and it's like, nah. Don't be doing that crap. Don't be playing those kind of fire games. But like, if it's the same exact restaurant or 2 restaurants that are very close to each other that you have great relationships with, and you can just call them up saying, hey, can you have this done 10 minutes earlier? Or hey, can you have this done 15 minutes later? Boom, there you go. That's just what I do.
That's the problem, though. This city is a lot bigger, and there's a lot more restaurants and a lot more drivers. So I don't get to go to the same one all the time. That's the problem.
Well, Nova Dasher's already, or Nova Hustles is already doing that. He's already doing it with Zifty and Dlivrd.
Zifty, I wish that would get here, but kind of not.
He did it with Power Works too, I believe. Like, I watch a lot of his videos. Like, he's already doing that, and that's the greater DC area, Arlington, and all that.
Oh, DC! I didn't know he was in DC. Now DC is a different ball game, man.
That's an incredibly hard city to get around. So,
in DC, apparently the traffic's a real bitch, and also the green board on Dlivrd down in DC apparently has offers on it all day and night long. It's that busy, and that's 3 weeks ago when it was even slower. Somebody on one of the Dlivrd groups.
I'm gonna have to tell him about that board because I think he only takes them through the app.
No, you have to go to that. It said it's Dlivrd. I know it's https://urgent.dlivrd.io/open orders. You can find it in an email. There's a link. If you go to your Gmail and just search for Dlivrd, you'll find it. It shouldn't be too far back. Maybe 7 messages back, unless you message Dlivrd a lot in your email, which most people don't. But go to bed. I'm going to get out here in a second too. I'm looking for more backgrounds to add to my library for Halloween.
But yeah, that's just all I'm saying is, since you know how to speak the language of a lot of these places, get kind of cozy, especially like that Chevy's place, like you said, they remember you. Get cozy with them, and then you can start working with them to do better.
There's no talking to no. That Chevy's, there's no talking to Joe. His name's Joe. He probably knows nothing about me. He's a kind of a he doesn't have a nice attitude in the morning. But I'll tell you, the one time I picked up an order there when Joe wasn't there, the guy that I dealt with was super friendly, but the order was running late. The order was running about 20 minutes late, whereas Joe is pretty much put together or damn near close when I get there. And there's no time to chit chat. He go.
All of a sudden, you're breaking up wicked bad.
Oh, I'm talking straight into my microphone too. Your background music's quite loud.
Well, anyways, I will let you go. And okay, there's no work with that guy, but I was just saying that for an example. But like, you keep getting more of these orders under your hat, and you'll maybe be able to work with them a little better.
Yeah, 64 deliveries, and that's a whole lot of different restaurants I went to. Not many repeats. The biggest repeats has been Red Robin,
so
Chevy's,
okay,
Soul Taco.
I'm okay. This is you got one order with $100 something of food, one order with $300 of food. No, not a ton of food. And the one's paying 20, and the one's paying 35. But the one paying 35 goes further out, but they give you a big drop off. Like you said you showed up to that one place and you had 40 minutes still to deliver it. So
that's one time. That's happened one time.
Yeah, and, you have to look for that though.
That wasn't my drop off time though. That was their drop off time. My drop off time was different. Mine was a lot sooner.
Yeah, but that's the kind of thing you got to look for. But all right, I'll let you go because I'm exhausted and I've nodded off twice on your stream now.
All right, cool. Get some sleep. I'm going to talk to the guys in the chat here for a minute before I get off of here.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Later, man. Get some rest. Anyway, guys, I'm looking for some cool Halloween backgrounds. Better than, look how big those skulls are now. I got to go catch up on those race car video drops. See, I think like before I go to bed, I think of all this stuff I want to check out on YouTube. And then I get to bed and I just out of my head, I'm like, now what am I going to watch to fall asleep tonight? Well, what's cool with the new tablet now, with it not having an operating system that's so out of date that I can't put streaming apps in it. Now I've got all my streaming apps I have in my tablet now, so I can watch anything on Hulu, Prime, what else? I have Paramount Plus, other things I can't think of right now. Motor Trend, HBO Max. Hey, I suck at editing videos. I keep saying when I do my first TeamU review, I'm gonna shoot all the footage and turn it over to somebody at Fiverr and have them put my video together for me. So the very first video or first few videos look good, and that'll give me a chance to kind of develop my skills in the background. Oh, that's wicked, but it's vertical, not horizontal. That's cool. So I'm looking at the place where I'm on pixabay.com. That's where I get a lot of my stuff for my thumbnails. If I can't find it on Pixabay, I just do a Google image search and snag it. I might get a copyright on it someday or whatnot, but I think it's a lot harder for them because I add stuff over the top of anything I do, so it's harder for copyright people to catch up on it. The shooting the video, I'm actually pretty good at. Well, I used to be a long time ago. I mean, I used to have one of them ginormous VHS tape camcorders back in the day. It was like the size of a modern day movie, like a news camera that you see them guys with. I mean, it was freaking huge. It was a badass camcorder, though. Back in the day, hell, it was a $2,000 camcorder. I got it for a whole lot less than that because I worked at Radio Shack and went discontinued for a real low price. I got a big sales spiff for like $50 or $60 sales spiff for selling it, and then I sold it to a family member, my grandpa, during a 40% off friends and family discount weekend or something like that. We got it for a song. I know that it was close. I think we got it down somewhere around $100 from like 2000 because it was like a 2-year-old model or something like that. It worked great though for the time. You literally could hook it up to your TV and run it like use it like a VCR too. I use Pixlr. I was trying to figure this out earlier. Share screen. Yeah, there's a way to share the screen. It's Pixlr is the main thing I use for my thumbnails. A lot of people use Canva. I'm also on Canva, but I don't really use that for my thumbnails. No, Jason, I'm not going to do that for the new channel. I want that shit to look good, at least to grab the viewers in the beginning. And I'll make my own thumbnail or my own shorts out of it, just to get the teaser shorts out there and upload the living hell out of them, so I can get the subscriber count going pretty quick. Because that's like live streaming. That's basically shoot it. I mean, it's being uploaded right now as we speak. Yeah, if anybody wants to subscribe to Jason's page, if he drops a link, not Jason's page, Shane's page. I'm sleepy too, even though I took a little nappy nap earlier. I couldn't keep my eyes open in my lazy boy, so I went and continued watching in my bedroom on my tablet while I was watching out here in the living room. And now I'm probably going to have to go back about 3 episodes and figure out where I fell asleep at. I definitely missed something. Now I'm watching that show I found on HBO Max last night called The Discovery of Witches. It's pretty cool. They've got 3 seasons, so it's nothing new. I think it's originally airing on AMC. Some things I found a couple little similarities between this show and True Blood. If you ever watched that on HBO, the vampire show with that well, they had nudity in that. There's no nudity on this. It's AMC. But it was Bill the vampire and that the main girl and that Sookie. I think her name was Sookie, not Snooki like the Jersey Shore. I think it was Sookie. She had like elf blood in her. That's in True Blood. She was a hottie. Probably still is. She had a smoking booty. If you've never watched True Blood, I recommend it. It's pretty cool. It's out there. It's I think I binged it. I binged watch it. I do that. I'll wait till series completely end, then I'll just go binge watch them. Like I did with the Game of Thrones. I'll tell you some of the dreams I was having when I binge watched all 7 seasons in like under a week. Some pretty wild dreams with dragons, all kinds of weird shit in them. Oh, that's cool, but it's the wrong size. I'm gonna download it anyway. I'll see if I can make this work somehow. And pink waving. Yeah, I'm gonna see if that showed up on my. Oh, it is. It's okay. I see what that is. You need to post a link to your channel, Shane. Because Jason likes hot rods. That's different. That's part of the picture. I cropped it the best I can. Good. Hey, there's my microphone. Floating in the air. At least I'm tired. Yeah, I had to eat a snack before I was actually going to eat something before I got on UDM's out here. I didn't know he was going to be live streaming tonight. I caught that by accident. Because I was planning on live streaming earlier tonight, and then I got all sleepy and like, nah, I'm not going to do it. I don't know what time I'll be getting out tomorrow, but I will be out, whether I have catering orders or not. That was so cool that Chris got on here tonight, the CEO from Dlivrd. That was awesome. I did not expect that. I would have made a way better looking thumbnail had I known that was going to happen. Yeah, I'm glad you were on good behavior, Jason. When Chris was on here, because I didn't know that you realized right away that he was the head guy at freaking Dlivrd, the CEO. And I thought Jason or Jonathan was on a waiting list down there. I knew there was something going on. There was some hiccup with getting on Dlivrd for him down there. Because Miami's a big market as well, and Jonathan's on the wait list on so many apps down there. There's so much money making potential in Miami because of how busy it is. And I know he avoids going across some of these toll bridges and whatever bridges to get down to the beach or whatever. But I bet if he's got a $200 or $300 catering order that he's taking, he won't have an issue with it. If he can get them that high, I mean, there's a lot of lower paying ones, but there are some big bangers out there. Well, I would say sometimes you get, whether you like it or not, you have to have a filter. Sometimes I've learned that. Like I've been trying like hell to have one on my live streams. I've gotten better. I still got, especially when I'm out on the road with the road rage. I've really tried to tame that down. I'm gonna have this smoke and probably bail out here because I'm out of water. I don't feel like walking across the room to get a new bottle of water because I'll sit here and drink too much of it, and then I'll have to pee too much after I fall asleep. I'm tired of peeing in the bed. No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. I really don't. No, it wakes me up constantly. I'm like, how many times a night without consuming any more water am I going to have to get up and pee? Well, I know there's been times at AutoZone working a 12-hour freaking shift. I didn't use the bathroom one time till I was about ready to clock out and leave. Same with working in kitchens and bars and stuff. Working in the service industry, you just learn how to hold it for a long time. Oh man, I'm out of backgrounds to look at. Oh well. We'll leave it with the one I have right now. I do a little of my own shopping at Aldi once in a while. On Instacart, I really avoid doing shops at Aldi's now. Last year when I was first getting into Instacart, I was doing some Aldi shops, and that's how I learned. I don't like doing Aldi shops. Like Pedro says, he'll do them all day long. All day long, he can do a 50+ item shopping probably no more than 17 minutes. He just said that on his live stream Sunday night. And I said, I call bullshit. I want to see him do. And it's not just the shop. He's talking. He was then said he was just talking the shop. Because then you got to wait and check out. Then after they chuck all your shit down in your cart, then you got to go bag it up. That takes way too much time for all that. For me. And I know that shop's going to take him more than 17 minutes to do a 50 item shop. And I'm talking item, not units. 50 items plus high. There's always duplicates. That 50 item shop could be 78 units or more. Granted, they're all in one place, but things are just hard to find in Aldi. And I primarily tried using the one Aldi right near the Costco that I'm at all the time so I could learn it. I learned that store and I was still bugging the staff nearly every time I was in there. Yeah, they always look trashy, but I mean, there's at least people out there constantly working the floor trying to keep it stocked. Unlike the Walmarts I go to, one of the reasons a lot of the stores claim that they haven't opened back up 24 hours like the Walmarts and some of the local grocery stores, so they can stock overnight and have them shelves filled for us in the morning. They just aren't doing it. So many times that's like the local Schnuck store I go to. I avoid shops from there because they're always out of shit, which then takes me more time, and time is money because we don't get paid by the hour. We get paid by the job. So the quicker to get them done, the quicker you can make your money and move on to the next one. I'm on your channel. I'd play something from it, but I don't know how to. I've done that on here a long time ago when I was playing around with let me see if I damn it. Let's see if I can copy that. Nope, I'll have to go. Hang on. I'll try this a different route. Let me see. This is one of the reasons I use my StreamYard in a Google Chrome instead of my Firefox. Jesus. Chrome tab. No. Okay, Chrome tab. Okay, back to shit, I clicked the wrong thing. Back to here. Oh, okay. Now I know why it wasn't working before. So just shorts. Why doesn't it tell me the dates? Oh, can't do that. There's music that you can use in shorts that won't give you copyright claims, but if I play it on here, I will get copyright claims. Well, shit. How do I get out of there? Yeah, if you got that music and those, I can't play them on here. No lives. Yeah, I was gonna play that one, but I hope I can't do it. Oh, I did. Back to your home screen. There's only all your videos will be on there. Intense racing action video. I forgot you can see exactly what I'm doing on here. Yep, can't do it. Can't do it because of the music. Wasn't for that music, I could play it. Wait a second. Just thought of something. Dirt. Ah, shit. Dirt. 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 Keep hitting the wrong shit. Damn it. I can't turn the sound off on a short. I'm trying to look real quick. There we go. And I can't make that any bigger. I can do it with I found the speaker. It's way up at the top. Let's see if I can do this. Nope, I couldn't. Okay, I was trying something. Yeah, I was hoping to hear the track sound. I want to hear the rumble of the cars flying by and hear the dirt hitting you. And the crowd going wild, wild, wild. I thought of another search on Pixabay to find me some Halloween type, maybe backgrounds without typing Halloween. Pixabay is all copyright free stuff too. If you want to make thumbnails, that's where I get a lot of my graphics. I find backgrounds there. And in Pixlr itself, those kind of funky ones I've been making, I've been using their templates and just changing shit. All right, let me shoot back over there and find that one. IMCA Sport Mod. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, that was the first one I was trying to play. And as soon as I heard that music, I'm like, nope. Wait, I gotta go look at this on the full size. Next time you're there shooting some video, try doing it with your phone sideways in landscape. And see what that video looks like instead of the phone view. Because I got a big monitor. I don't look at it through my phone. And these are stock car races. That's what it looks like. But I could be wrong. I thought I saw like an old Cutlass or Grand Prix flying around that track. I think I saw it on this first lap. Yeah, man, one of those looks like an old Cutlass or something. Well, sorta. You can shoot them in landscape. I've done it when I was doing the crypto shorts, but I primarily did them just like you did it right here. But if it was a short, I mean landscape. I don't know if you can see my mouth. It would be a much bigger screen for us to see on here because I can't zoom in on that. And if somebody's watching this on their phone, it's really small. If they're watching this live stream, kind of like me over here on the left side, I'm tiny. I'd try them both ways. You can appeal to a bigger audience. Yeah, that colorful one there, it was in the foreground. That's why it looks like an old Grand Prix or something. Holy shit, it's 1:15. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this stream for my short little stream I was going to have just to give Shane the info he needed. But I didn't expect, the CEO of Dlivrd coming on my little live stream. That was pretty cool. I'm just kind of stoked about that. On like on Rideshare Rodeo's live stream, I really, really wish he was going to ask me about Dlivrd long before I got on there because I could have been more mentally prepared for it. I mean, luckily, a lot of the answers, because I'm really involved with it right now, come to me right away. And we talk about it all the time on Rideshare Lisa's Discord. We're talking about a lot of that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to do, when I'm out there, I'm going to have to do, I guess, a quick live stream. And I mean a quick one just to tell everybody, go to my Discord channel because we're going to be on my Discord channel instead of hers. Because a lot of times we're on hers, but I can't get anybody from my viewership over to her Discord. So that's why I was saying we're going to start doing it on mine. And I'll drop a link, whatever I got to do, in a community tab that day, plus in the live stream, whatever I can do. Because that's when we're actually out on the road working. A lot of times it's more her work, and I'm just done with a delivery order or whatever and trying to get a catering order. And I'm on and off when not a catering order, a shopping order for Instacart or a Spark or whatever. Because I'm not doing much of the food deliveries because there's not there right now in the daytime. None that I want to make the good money. I can make small money, but then I'm driving around like crazy, racking up the mileage. And it's not the mileage, it's the gas. The gas I'm going through. Because with it warmer, I'm blasting my AC the whole time. Whereas I go do a shopping order, as long as I keep getting them, my truck's out there not running while I'm in the store doing the shop. And I'm literally just running my vehicle to get to the drop off and get back to wherever I can hopefully fetch another order. I don't know if they're still open, to be honest. The Waffle Houses, I know two of them have closed. I never go. I've only been to the one I'm thinking of that might still be open. I went there shortly after they opened that location, and that was my only time ever being in a Waffle House. Yeah, I had a bad headache earlier today. I woke up with it, and I took 4 leave. I woke up 4 something in the morning, and I had it. I should have took the leave right then. I tried to sleep it off like I was sleeping off a hangover or something, but I wasn't hungover. And when I got up around 8:30, it was intensified. It was worse. So then I took the leave. And I think finally now it's completely gone. But I think the nap I took finally killed it because I still had it. I could feel it in my eyes. It was not good. Yeah, Denny's. We still have those, but even though some of those have closed. Well, I know one closed because it's Slim Chickens now. The building's gone. They tore it down and built a Slim Chickens. That's actually the only Denny's I know that closed. The actual Denny's I used to go to all the time when I was younger, we hit there. Those a staple to go to after the bars closed, and they were busy as hell. You go there now after the bars closed, and because I've been there to pick up food orders, and it's a ghost town. There's nobody in there. And to go in there and they say that they're not doing any online orders. I'm like, why? You have no business. You have nobody in here. Yeah, that's the thing with shorts. They let you add different music on there, and actually, this the YouTube music creator thing they've got now. I'm gonna look into it more, but I'm pretty sure I can buy the rights to use the song in my videos, and they can't ever charge me. They can't ever share the money from it, the monetization, the earnings, whatever you want to call it. Oh no, they're still up 24/7 here. Oh, this is on short play. It just keeps going on the same one. I got to scroll down to make it go to the next one. That's in black and white, it looks like. Look at you with the fancy text flashing around in the middle. Come on, go there. We go. Something with some daylight. Oh, I won't go back. And I went in there one night and didn't even pick up I canceled the order, but I used their bathroom and it smelled so bad. I don't know what that smell was, but man, I mean, it smelled like a backed up, overfilled grease trap. Because if you've ever smelled one of those, it smells about as bad as a freaking outhouse. It's horrible. And then the day that they'll actually come and clean it out, oh, good God. The grocery store I worked at, in the very back of the warehouse is where their grease trap was. And, big grocery store, supermarkets now, they've got the deli, the meat department, the whatever. Everything uses that one big grease trap. And I walked in one day at like 9 o'clock in the morning to work and just walked into a stench right at the front door. Now, the warehouse is in the very back of the store, and supermarkets are big. And that's what I smelled. They cleaned the grease trap that morning. And from the very back of the, and it got worse. Oh boy, did it get worse, because my produce department was our produce cooler. I had the door. We had our prep room that was refrigerated, but not as cold as the walk-in cooler. It stayed about 50 degrees. And then we had a door in our walk-in there, and then there was another door on the left side of the walk-in that went into the warehouse area. And so we were right back by it. And God, it stunk so bad. I said, you guys need to get that cleaned more often. Yeah, well, that's the thing. The deli fries a lot of chicken and fish and whatever else shit they fry there. And or the seafood department, whoever fried the damn fish. I mean, the produce department didn't put much through that grease trap that would do anything, but that deli department sure did. And whatever the meat department washes down the drains, all that blood and stuff from butchering stuff, that can't smell good after it's been in a whatever filtered into a grease trap. God, it's horrible. Just one of the worst smells you're gonna smell. But any of you guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out. Always a pleasure. Keeping me up later than I wanted to be up, because now I'm probably gonna wake up later than I want to tomorrow. But we'll see. But I'm out till next time. Might be out on Discord tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. But y'all have a great night and peace. We'll see you. Okay, I got to hit the button twice. Peace. We'll see you.